Hey guys, and welcome to the very first podcast for RocketJump Film School Office Hours. And this is our first one. We're going to get going. There's going to be a lot more of these. So today it's just me, Joey, and Cherish sitting down talking about the last 2 months since we launched, what we've been excited about, and the upcoming future of what the film school is going to look like. Before we get started, a real quick thank you to RØDE Microphones for supporting the podcast and the film school. Couldn't do it without them. Check them out at www.rode.com, and we're going to go ahead and get into the show. So hope you guys enjoy it.
RocketJump Film School, Scene 1, Apple, Take 1, Mark.
Hey guys, it's Lauren. I'm the Dean of the RocketJump Film School, and this is the first ever podcast for RocketJump Film School Office Hours, the podcast. It's a very long name, but the RocketJump Film School in its entirety is here, and I have Joey Scoma and Cherish Jen with me, and we're going to answer some Q&A stuff that you guys left on the forum. So, yeah.
Hey, we're here.
Yay! So, you want to introduce yourselves, what you guys do?
Go ahead.
Oh,
You first.
my goodness.
Yeah, we will. Yes.
Okay.
This is Cherish.
Yes. So I'm the creative producer. Yeah. I don't know. I basically, should we talk about what we do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Basically talk to sponsors, maintain the production schedule, kind of, make sure we're on track, decide what days we're shooting, make sure we have everything we have, more or less facilitate you two.
Get stuff done.
Whatever.
And she's contractually obligated to share cute puppy photos.
Yes.
I wrote it into her contract.
Yeah, it's actually in my list of duties.
Yeah.
Duty.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm Joey, and I direct and edit the RocketJump Film School videos with Lauren. Yay!
Yay.
And,
Cool.
trying to teach all you knuckleheads out there to use your heads and make movies the right way, the way we think it's easier to, because filmmaking can be hard. So we're there to cushion the process.
We're going to try and help. We're going to try and help. Hopefully we're not making it worse.
That's what we do here. We
Make
don't
it
just
worse.
hopefully not make it worse.
Hopefully not make it worse.
Yes, because it can go.
RocketJump Film School, not
making it worse.
Not making
Yep.
it worse.
Yep.
Oh, no. T-shirt.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Right across the
Trisha,
face.
take note.
So we launched 2 months ago
2 months?
now, to the day almost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
May 1st
Yeah.
was when all the onslaught of videos happened. So
That was-
it's been 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. We have 42 videos?
42
We have
videos.
42 videos. Some of those are still secret though.
The secret videos.
We hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a newborn just
We-
started walking.
We could
Just
talk
like
a
right
little.
away.
We could talk a little bit about the night before the launch happened,
no,
where
yeah.
we went to go watch the Avengers at midnight, and then came back and finished uploading 16 videos.
Oh yeah.
We uploaded 16 videos at the beginning. Me and the Tech Daniels, our entire tech team is named Daniel in some capacity. We have Daniel, and Danny. And we were all on a Skype session trying to get the website done all night.
Yes.
And things happened. They're weird. It was weird. It got weird.
But without the Dans, we wouldn't have a film school.
Yeah, the Dans are great.
We need the
tech
Dans.
Dans.
If we hire another Daniel for the tech department, then we have to put all 4 of them in a pit, and then they have to
Fight
kill
for
each
Top
other.
Dan. There's like who's the alpha
They have to
Dan?
destroy each other.
Next top Dan.
Yeah, the America's Next Top Dan.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That's weird.
That'll okay. I don't
Well,
know.
speaking,
Just gonna back away from
Leave
this.
that there.
Just
that's new show. I'm pitching it. I'm gonna pitch it to the
Yeah.
Top
Okay.
Dan.
Yeah.
But speaking of the website, so we came out with the current website for launch just to get things up and get things moving. But one of our questions here was we have accounts and profiles and stuff like that set up, but not really functioning yet. And one of the exciting things is that we're working on a bigger version of the website that's going to include things like these podcasts. It's going to include a more interesting and usable user profile, a blog, and some ways to feature student work, which I'm really excited about.
Definitely.
And progress tracking, right?
Progress tracking.
So you can keep track of all the videos that you're watching on the site and kind of like keep an eye on the curriculum you're building, right? More or less. Which would be really, really cool. I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah.
I like tracking and progress.
Yeah.
No.
Separately and together.
And both.
Well, I was just thinking, the more engaging we can be for everyone to show your work and things that you've learned or whatever, the better. I mean, that's what I was so surprised about these like last 2 months was the fact that there was so much conversation happening between videos that we'd put out, like more, questions and or just comments saying like, thanks, this really helped. That was really exciting to see the what you call it.
Yeah.
People out there, you exist, and it's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I think my biggest surprise over the last 2 months was how well the How to Slate video did.
Yes.
Because that seems like a simple concept, but it's never been like formally taught or put in a video, and like the response to that was kind of staggering. That was my biggest surprise.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, and I talked to you guys about this already, but like in film school, when you just show up to, you work a bunch of sets, as many as you can, and then they're like, oh, we don't have a second AC today. Can you second AC? And then you don't know necessarily what that entails. So it's like if you had seen the How to Slate video, or if I had seen the How to Slate video, years ago, I would have been way more well-versed and like have known what to do. So I was like, man, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
And this sounds like propaganda for film school right
No,
now. But genuinely,
No, you don't really learn that necessarily. You see it and then you copy it.
Yeah.
And everyone has like a different formula to the whole process, which is why some people are like, oh, well, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And it's like, well, that's how you do it. Like, I think consistency, though, is the main thing. So as long as you're consistent in how you slate, then it functions.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't break down.
It's like figure out what's best for the crew that you're on.
Exactly.
And if they want to slate a certain way, then you can kind of pick that up. Or you slate as fast as you possibly can if you're working with Freddie Wong.
Yeah.
Just get it in there and get out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
As you guys saw
you've
on
seen.
the video.
Yeah.
I think one of the opposite kind of surprise was how I expected the How to Change a Lens video to be a little bit more well received, because that's one of the first things I learned on set that was slightly embarrassing, where I handed this lens like side down to the DP, and he was like, actually, like, it's like you need to put it lens face down so I can take it and then put it into the camera easily without having to use both hands to turn it around. And I was like, oh, like that's something no one ever had bothered to tell me through 4 years of film school. And I was like, that blew my mind. And then you put it on a video, and people are like, yeah, duh, that's how you just change a lens.
Yeah. Everyone's so
Dang
smart.
it. Everyone's so smart.
But
Yeah.
how do you extend the tripod legs? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, can you make a video? I don't know. It's like, we do.
Yeah.
We do what we can. It's like,
It's been
Well, I guess-
interesting.
Cough attack.
Don't die.
Cough attack. You could mention about, because I think the delineation between the normal Tuesday video, which is a little meatier, and the pro tips. I don't know if we ever explained that really.
No,
So,
So one of the things we're trying, and you guys can let us know how this is working, is on Tuesdays we're releasing kind of a bigger, meatier tutorial that talks about bigger concepts and gets into more detail. And then we try to release a smaller video on Wednesdays that are the pro tips, which is like a simple concept or a simple trick or thing that you do on set that is less about the bigger picture, but like things that will help you get by day to day while on set. So that seems to be playing pretty well. Like, we have fun making the pro tips because they're so fast and easy. And if you guys have any suggestions, of course, let us know. But we plan on making a bunch more.
yeah.
I think what's hard about the pro tips is that there's so much you could say about any given topic, even the ones we've already done, but because we're trying to make pro tips short and efficient, which I think benefits the video, it's hard to touch on the other topics that we always want to talk about. So then you kind of get like this conversation going, which is good. But
actually, you forgot this, or
Yeah.
actually, this you needed to say this thing, and then we're like, yeah, we thought about that, but like, 3 minutes is pushing it for
Right.
those. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's the internet, you know. It's you gotta be. People just want to learn like the specific thing. Like how to tie a tie has like millions of views, you know, because
Yeah.
people don't want to learn how to put a suit on. They just want to know how to tie a tie. You know, it's like it's what we do with pro tips. It's like teach the specific thing,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
bada bing. Like it's not. We haven't done a whole video on like what it means to be a camera assistant. We're breaking it down so that anyone who just wants to know that one, it's like very searchable, you know. It's like shareable, and this will help. Like that's the tip. Well,
Yeah.
just the tip.
I think. Wah, wah.
I did it. I snuck it in. How have we not mentioned that?
You snuck it
there's
in.
There's a thing with language that's really funny.
To jump off that, if I can even find my connection thread still. But even if we do forget stuff, I think it's good when people have been mentioning, oh, like, but you didn't mention this or you didn't talk about that. And it's like, that's good because then we will touch upon those things in the future.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds us like what we should still talk about, which I found very useful.
yeah, that's the one thing about this particular film school is like we want to take your suggestions and questions and anything like that and use it to shape how the school forms in the future, because it's still very new, and we want to make sure that the people who are getting the most out of our videos are the ones that are kind of shaping where we go from here. So we want this film school to be good for you, not just, you know, how RocketJump does things, but like what will really help young filmmakers as they're coming up and learning about this kind of stuff. And the best way for us to figure out what that is for you guys to tell us. So we are always reading comments and forums and on Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. So speaking of, we have some questions here from the forum for this first podcast ever.
Let's hop in.
Whoop whoop.
Dive in.
So the first one up is from Superfan Kevin, who comments on everything
Kevin.
and does all
Kevin.
the extra credit, which is like just awesome. And we'll get into extra credit in a second. But Kevin's question is do we believe that someone could fully learn, you know, film, or at least, you know, what parts that we really need or want to learn through RocketJump Film School? So how complete of an education is it? And like, so can a guy like me with no prior film knowledge get good at filmmaking? And that's been a pretty common question with film school. It's like, is this something that I can watch instead of going to film school, or do I need to still go to film school, or like what kind of role does RocketJump Film School play? And my personal, you know, opinion is this is kind of right now an introduction and a resource to tap into, but my main thing is the best way to learn is to get on set. Film school can give you that opportunity, but also PAing, volunteering, interning, and just helping out friends can also give you that opportunity. So RocketJump Film School, as it stands right now, is not something that can replace a real film school or real set experience, but we're hoping it gets you familiar with that setting and what to expect, so when you do step on set, it's not like you're completely lost. So we hope it's like a way to add to your education or introduce you to film in general. And our main thing right now is teaching you guys how it all applies to story. So telling good stories is kind of where we're trying to get at. I don't know if you guys.
Well, Kevin. Good question. These are all just going to be tools for you to look at. Nice tools, but you have to build the house. So I don't know how else to put it.
Killing it with these metaphors
I'm just
today.
slaying it with metaphors.
With
It's
the
like,
suit
how
and
else can
tie.
you explain? It's really hard because, watching movies and getting inspired by movies is one thing, but it just takes actually practicing, like going out there and just keep filming, So take any knowledge that you like, pick it apart, do whatever, just mold it around and turn that into a story and an idea that you can film with your friends, and then get out there and do it.
Yep.
But
Make your crappy movies now. Get them out of your system. Try everything.
fail a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's perfect. Oh boy.
I mean, we're still gonna be making crappy movies and stuff because it's all part of, you're constantly learning, right?
Yes.
Even, of course, we are as well. So it's just, I don't know if I can really expand on what you guys said. I totally agree. I think there's like so many parts to a film education. You're all just constantly we're all constantly learning.
Yeah.
And even when we make these videos, it's like going to VGP and seeing, talking to Vince, it's like learning stuff I didn't know about. So it's making movies, it's failing, it's meeting like-minded people, it's trying to like get as much education as you can, reading, watching, hopefully watching our videos. I hope they're helping.
Yeah.
So it's so many moving parts. So it's definitely not, to answer your question, Kevin, I don't think it's a replacement towards film school, but it's certainly we're trying to make the experience of filmmaking more understandable and more accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely more accessible.
And fun.
And fun.
And from what I've heard about people who have gone to film school is that their greatest takeaway was the people that they met and the working with people, because like filmmaking is very collaborative. So if you work well with people, if not, then that's a skill that you could develop, that you should and could develop as you go also, because it's all about communicating one idea to make one thing, and getting a bunch of people on board with that idea. It takes practice. Yeah.
We talk about that a little bit in the second podcast coming up with Matt and Freddie about directing and how to get people to work with you and how to work well with other people, which is a big part of it. But speaking of making things fun, BDH Taylor, or Ben, has asked us what has been the most fun part of making RocketJump Film School
my goodness.
so far.
Ben.
We met Ben.
What's up?
I still have yet to
at
meet Ben.
Dubro.
Ben was very, very nice. Very nice guy. Hey, Ben. What's fun? Someone else go. I gotta think about that.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, so far?
So far.
Okay. Oh boy.
That's the most fun part. Well,
Okay, I got it.
okay.
Okay.
Dang
I guess
it.
it would really be just the day-to-day, like us banging our heads against the wall, like just the way that our dynamic has started to play out. Like doing the film school, the three of us has been probably the most fun. Really, I mean, we're all like
Small tear.
competing with laughter from the D404 room and from other rooms, and we're like, man, they don't even know.
They don't even
They
know.
don't even know what it's like in here.
I think we are getting paid to laugh a lot
Yeah.
while being here, while making tutorials too.
Yes.
But there's some crazy things that happen in the film school.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to like toot our own horn, obviously, but I've like toot. No,
toot.
I've worked a lot of jobs, and it's like literally this is like my dream job. Honestly, it's like working with you guys and Kevin and our whole crew and everyone at RocketJump is just like we have so much fun every day. So it's hard to answer like what's the most fun we've had, because again we really spend all day laughing and making mouth noises.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
so many mouth noises.
Yeah, there's just a lot of noises. Yeah, we're sitting.
We're gonna develop our own our own oral.
I tried holding in a sneeze, and then
You ate it. You ate your sneeze.
again, it's just
We hear this a lot during the day.
yeah.
It's like a lot of oral. Anyway, I was gonna say we're gonna make our own oral alphabet probably soon, but
Oral.
you cut me off with more noises.
Well, it was like me actually just being sick and
I
dying.
know. Sorry, don't be sick or die.
Sorry, I'm coughing right into the mic.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry,
Do you need
Benji.
some water?
Ben, I don't know.
Most fun.
I'll think about it and I'll hit you back with a reply.
This is the most useless podcast ever.
I know.
No,
I don't
really.
know what the most fun is. We have fun every day.
We
Sorry.
have a lot of fun just making these tutorials and coming up with the weirdest ideas. We had Joey in a wig and an eye patch the other day just to talk about exposition and writing.
My
So
hero.
like something that is normally boring, and we're gonna try and make it fun, and then just pulling from all of Rocket Jump has been really cool. Like having Will come in and teach writing, and have Freddie and Matt come in and talk, and Kevin Senzaki is just like killing it.
Yeah.
I think that's like on the forum there, a lot of the comments were like how like Kevin is just the best.
Yeah.
So having Kevin join us has been awesome, and putting together that series for Sound of It. Don't die, Joey.
Kevin's the best.
Kevin's the best.
Do you need like a big heart hit in your chest, maybe?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one of the questions also was, do we plan to flesh out each section? I'm guessing track with lots of micro lessons like we've done with Sound Advice, or is each department getting handled differently? I think we're doing each one kind of differently. Don't die, Joey.
I think the goal would be to really get in there and break it down and what the whole start to finish looks like. But since we're still new, it's just taking longer to
figure out
tackle like each. We haven't even hit each track yet.
Yeah.
So screenwriting's coming. Like people want to know screenwriting and a lot of stuff, but
all that's in the works though. Like
definitely.
we know more or less the first couple of videos, right? Per track. So all that's coming. There's a lot of really exciting plans, but it's just the manpower and I was going to say the hardest thing about RJFS is there's only 24 hours in a day. Honestly.
And there's only 3 of us.
And there's only 3 of us, exactly. So it's like
doing pretty good so far. I think.
I think we're doing really great.
Videos.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah. So all of it's planned.
Yeah.
It's all coming.
Yeah, and each department and each track is going to be fleshed out in its own way, and we're still figuring out if there's going to be like a particular voice for each track, and like Kevin's pretty much taken ownership of the sound department right now, because he's just a wizard. But we are bringing in for each track like outside voices and people outside of Rocket Jump and in Rocket Jump, and we're trying to give you like the broadest view of that department as possible. So it's not just like, this is how Rocket Jump does it. It's like, this is everything. We're talking to our friend Alex Reeves, who does a lot of ADR recording, and he does music videos, and he does events and stuff like that. And he's building a sound recording studio, and I'm talking to him about covering that entire process, which is going to be super interesting, like soundproofing and wiring and that kind of stuff. And that's something that I don't think is really out there. That would be super cool. So
egg cartons on the walls, Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna go a little further beyond that concept and really help you trick out your setup wherever you want to do good sound. We'll show you how.
So, and then another couple questions we got are, will there be another short film showcase? Are we planning more of those? Are there going to be any community projects or assignments, or maybe an LA meetup or contests and that kind of stuff? And the answer to all of those is yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are still figuring out manpower. As you can see, there's like 3 of us. But coming up, and as you're listening to this now, month of July, we're doing a lot of podcasts because we're, gearing up for the next couple months of tutorials. We have to film a bunch of stuff. So one of the ideas that I'm really excited about with film school is having like 3 months on where we do 2 tutorials every week like we've been doing, and then have a month off when we hand it over to you guys, and we are featuring student work. We're featuring like a live stream or a meetup, or let you guys curate like movie club or something. Like we're throwing out a ton of ideas, and so we can get the most interaction out with you guys while also giving us some time off, and so we can film and make sure we have all of our tutorials ready to go, but also just kind of give you guys ownership of the school and kind of give you a voice within it, so it's not just us. That's one thing I'm really excited about.
I think there's definitely also plans for, in terms of like more extra, well, you were going to talk about extra credit later, but in terms of assignments and stuff, definitely a lot of plans for hands-on kind of materials, especially with editing. Like Joey has stuff planned where, we're going to give you guys materials to do, to practice more or less, and do exercises to emulate the lesson we just gave you. Although very similar to what Kevin did with the sound advice stuff. So that's all planned, and I think there's certain tracks that that's really the only way to learn, right?
Yeah, we know, like, not all of you have access to footage and access to sound libraries, and maybe you can't go out and film stuff, and you just really want to learn how to edit and play with a scene. So, like, one exciting thing that I've been, excited to do since I started thinking about this is we're releasing certain scenes from VJHS that we have all the different takes and all the different angles, and having you guys put together your own cut and figure out what works and what doesn't, and just kind of learn it yourself and learn how to import footage and learn how to do the basics and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been killing it from what I've seen of the extra credit. Those were all really good. The ones of you who took the time and made Foley and sound mix and did all that cool stuff. So we're going to give you more to chew on, I guess.
We're so excited people actually did those.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh my God, people actually like this stuff. It's going to be sweet.
I totally say, like, we watch, we read all the comments. We watch all of those. So that's, I think, a big part of it is you guys should definitely keep sending them because we do look at them, I promise.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone got an A. If you did it.
A+.
Yeah.
A+. Let's see.
A++, 4
We got
stars.
a lot of questions about, will you be covering this? Will you be covering that? And we swear, like, we if we aren't going to already cover it, we added it to the list. So every time you guys are like, I really want to learn about this, we add it. One of our big questions, and this is something I thought would be interesting to talk about, is, as you guys are learning and as you guys are kind of taking in what the tutorials we're doing, the big question is, but how do I get people to work with me? How do I put a crew together? How, can I do everything myself? Can it be a one-man band? And I mean, that's one of the things that I hope film school and the new iteration with the new website and community can do is kind of hook you guys up with like-minded people, and like give you the tools to communicate and make friends and get people together. And one really cool thing was we did the film showcase, and 2 of our guys met at the film showcase and started making films together, and I just died.
Yeah,
That's
like
like
the whole
coolest
crew.
thing.
The whole crew was, I think, maybe not the whole crew, but yeah, like I know Daichi was their sound person, sound boom up.
Sound
person.
wizard.
Sound wizard.
I think we created
the
a new
official
thing
term.
that for Kevin.
Yep.
Sound wizard.
Which is awesome. So that was like literally the highlight of my day. That is so cool. So
Can't ask for anything better.
Yeah.
That's what it is networking. It's just a place where people can come and share and then meet and then make.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Right? That's the dream.
Networking, I think, is such like an unattractive word.
I don't
for
like
what it
that
is.
word.
It sounds so corporate, like synergy and stuff. Synergy is
What's a
actually
better
kind of
word?
a fun word, actually.
Our CFO really likes the word synergy.
Synergy's fun.
He throws it around a lot.
take it back.
Like even when it doesn't apply,
Yeah.
it's synergy.
Yeah.
So-
Today was
Like-
really nice. It's really synergy.
So if
Yeah.
you don't like networking, like what should we call it?
Baking friends. I don't know.
Baking?
Baking friends.
Baking
No.
baking your film crew.
I don't know.
The Easy Bake
Easy Bake Film Crew.
Film Crew
Yeah.
Oven.
Yeah.
No, it's
Got it.
Yeah. I think the great thing about, going out and making movies is you figure out what works, what doesn't, and that also means what works and what doesn't with your crew. So it's just practice. I mean, like, you're not going to walk onto a film set and be best friends with people you just met for the first time in your life, but a lot of people will meet on a set, and it might be you and the boom op might hit it off, and secretly the boom op wants to be the mixer, or he wants to be a director, and this is his day job, and oh my god, you have the best script ever, like, let me pitch it to you, and then you've made a lifelong friend, just getting to know people on set. So it's like, just get to know the people you're working with and who you like working with. If it's not fun, then what is the point? That's kind of my...
I mean, days on set are long and they're tiring. the big draw of why we even do them is, well, A, because of the art or whatever, but also obviously it's fun. You don't get camaraderie like you do on a film set anywhere else. I don't know if that was a real sentence.
It was.
Okay.
It was good. It was beautiful. I really liked it.
Thank you.
Joey ruined it by coughing.
I'm sorry, I coughed right in the middle of it. Like that soundbite is ruined.
That's okay. I'll ADR all of it.
Okay.
All right.
Brought to you by Alex Reeves.
Well, we have to start wrapping up. But that's kind of like the overview of the last 2 months is that we're having tons of fun. We're really excited about what's going on and what we have coming up. We have some really cool, funny tutorials that we're shooting. And then we're going to be this month at Comic-Con and at VidCon. We're doing a lot of stuff at VidCon, guys. And we're going to have a live stream there from the Fire Talk stage, and we will put it up on podcast as well, so that's coming up, and we will continue taking your questions. We'll do a lot more Q&As on the podcast as well, but then we will start talking about specific filmmaking things. So it's not just going to be like what's happening in the film school. We're going to start talking about your questions about cinematography or directing. We're going to have guests. We're going to have kind of movie club watch-alongs. We're going to dissect our favorite movies. I'm pretty sure that, Matt and Freddie want to talk about Speed Racer for at least 5 episodes, so, get ready for that.
It's going to be a podcast epic.
Yeah, and we'll have, specific episodes for, our biggest topic, which is how do I make a movie on a low budget? And there's already a ton of resources about that, but I think RocketJump has some good tricks, RocketJump style
Secrets.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patented
So we're
secrets.
gonna go so Joey can drink some water.
Sweet. That was fun though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. There's gonna be more of this.
Yeah, but stay tuned for episode 2, which is me and Freddie and Matt talking about directing and specifically how RocketJump Film School is going to be teaching directing, since it's a very touchy-feely subject. Directing is kind of touchy-feely. It involves a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
We're going to talk about feelings. So stay tuned for episode 2. Stay tuned for live stream from VidCon. And August, we're going to be back with our full lineup of new, really weird tutorials with Joey in an eye patch. That'll be good.
Just you wait and see.
They're all eye patches now. What?
Patches.
It's going to be weird.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.